you ask anyone on the street, right outside, if they would like to be a millionaire, most of them would say an enthusiastic yes. Some of them even, hell yes. The funny thing about it is that most people have no idea what it means to be a millionaire. They have some fantasy that it means flying on a private plane to see the opera in another city for a date, or driving in the back of a Rolls Royce. Being a millionaire means I never have to think about bills or debt or the IRS. And just like that scene in Pretty Woman, that, my friends, is the fucking fantasy. Everyone thinks about money. Our desire for this fantasy of a millionaire, we often confuse with the freedom from worry. That's what we really all want. The fantasy won't get you there. Let's replace this concept of fantasy with a number. A millionaire is a concept. It's easy to fantasize about. It's fun, too. 1 million is a mathematical fact. It's a number, and it's a sexy number. It's a 1 with 6 zeros behind it. If you want to throw out your fantasies of the millionaire, of that relief from worry, and actually create what you want around money, the first step is to trade out the fantasy with a math problem. Millionaires still have to pay taxes, but they can also travel around the world. They can live on the ocean or Fifth Avenue or both. They can pay for their kids' college tuition up front. They can create extraordinary jobs and hire incredible people. And they can be deeply philanthropic. Imagine what it would be like to make so much that you could give away more than you kept. You could also hire a personal chef. And if this is something that you want far more than the fantasy of a millionaire. You want a 7-figure business. So let's do the math on that and replace the imaginary with something concrete. A 7-figure business brings in $1 million every year. That's $83,000 per month or $20,000 per week. And if that's 10 or 20 times more than what you're currently making, that might sound challenging, but it's not a fantasy. Now it's just arithmetic. A yoga teacher client of mine made $14,000 a year when she hired me. Shortly after that, she did everything I asked her to do, everything I taught her to do, and she was making a consistent $14,000 per month. Then she took it beyond that. 14,000 times 12 is $168,000. It's just math. Last year, she grossed over 200K. That's how you build a 7-figure business. She is well on her way. Do the math for your business. How many sales do you need to make in a month to meet your financial goal? Do you need to change your prices? Do you need to restructure how you do business? The thing is that math problems don't give you maybes. Math problems give you absolutes. Math problems give you peace of fucking mind. And that's what we all want. Being a millionaire might still feel like an abstract concept to you. It certainly did to me. And then 3 years ago at a live event, I heard a woman say at a mic that she had brought in $176,000 that month. That month wasn't even over. That's a thing? That's possible? Wait a minute. In that moment, it felt like my mind literally broke. My jaw dropped. I was speechless. My past concept shattered. It was possible. She had done it. And in that moment, I realized that if she did it, I could do it too. And so I decided to do the math. 18 months later, I took my business to 7 figures a year. It's fun, right? It started with desire and then moved into decision. And I want to tell you, decision is the opposite of fantasy. It's fucking terrifying. It's leaning right into the face of your fear and claiming your power there. And boy, is it worth every moment. If you're not conscious of what you want, it's impossible to decide anything, whether it's about chocolate cake or a 7-figure business. If you desire chocolate cake, you have to decide to make it or hire someone else to make it because you can. In fact, you could hire my personal chef to make you the Ayurvedic, gluten-free, low glycemic variety. And that's because I decided to do the math. If you don't consciously choose what you want around money, if you don't consciously decide to change your relationship to money, you won't see the opportunities to do it because you haven't made the decision to change. As soon as you decide to change, the opportunities will present themselves to you freely, and you'll wonder why you didn't see them before. You'll see how easy it can be. It's not magic, but it might look like it to everybody else. I recently met a powerful healer. He has been transforming lives with his touch and his coaching for over 40 years. He's 75 years old. And when we met, he was making about 6 figures in his business. He was very confident about his service. When he heard my story, he realized that he wanted more. And he called me, he reached out to me. He decided to go big. Hired me on the spot, did everything I asked. A week after working together, he turned his monthly income, which was about $10K, into his weekly income. The next week, he did it again. With my support, he claimed his true desire. He made the decision to change, and then he did the math. It was easy, it was powerful, it was joyful, and it was natural. This is what he's meant for. And it started with a simple 1, 6 zeros behind it. Building a 7-figure business is one of the most powerful and impactful things you can do for yourself and for the world. And that is sexy. Thank you. Everything you want is already